Hello, my name is Holly Reese, also known as the Lavender Legend. Because at the age of 61 in 2023, I set and then broke my own Guinness World Record for the most push-ups in an hour by a woman at any age, with 1,207 push-ups in an hour. I'm a healthy aging coach specializing in teaching older adults how to create and maintain a healthy, active, and productive lifestyle at any age. You can find me at healthyagingtransformations.com. I'm excited to present this fall prevention workshop series where you will learn how to stay safe and build the skills you need to prevent falls. Fall prevention requires a lifestyle of proactive, daily practice. It may save your life. So buckle up and enjoy the workshop. Yay! All right. All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. This is part 2 of our fall prevention workshop. First, I'd like to thank Unity for all the help and support that has enabled me to present this fall prevention workshop. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate being here. This is a great venue. And thank you to everyone for coming to hear this material. And now, who can tell me from last week what happens every 20 minutes?
Senior falls and dies.
Yeah. And what's the most important thing you can do to protect your health and independence as you age?
Squeeze your butt.
Besides that, don't fall. Don't fall. and I'm here to teach you all the things you need to know not to fall. Falling, it begins. Yeah. Notes, no glasses. No notes, glasses. Okay. It really is all about, it begins with awareness. Awareness of self, awareness of environment, and then building your skills at balance, strengthening your foundation, your core, to enable you to do the movements that you need to do to protect yourself. And fall awareness is being aware, moving smarter, and doing the daily practice so that you've developed your skills and it becomes innate, instinctive. You instinctively look before you move. You instinctively check in with your body after you've been sitting. Oh, how does it feel? Uh-oh. Got to warm some stuff up before you move. Prevent injuries. Awareness, awareness, awareness. Moving smarter with intentional awareness. And as we age, we can't slack off. We have to be more aware. This has to be when you are awake and you're moving, you need to be aware of yourself and your environment. Even when you're sitting, you want to be aware of yourself and how you're sitting. But when you move, you really need to pay attention. This is basically life and death. And I can't stress that enough. We slow down, move with intentional awareness in order to be safe. And you don't need to care about what anybody else thinks. If I've been sitting for a while and I feel things tightened up, makes never mind to me if I warm things up before I stand up and prevent injury. I've just done myself a great service in protecting my health. And last week, I introduced a lot of building blocks. We're going to take a deeper dive into those building blocks, and I'm going to teach you a whole slew more exercises, which, since you're getting the link to the video, you can keep reviewing them until you know them by heart, and you can just practice your fall prevention exercises every day. So you will have access to that. You'll have access to my notes. Just give me a couple of weeks after this workshop to put it all together. The topics we introduced last week were body awareness, environmental awareness, center of gravity, posture, core. What's my favorite muscle? Glutes. Yes, glutes. Building your lower body foundation, building your balance. And then this week I'm going to throw in talking about home fall prevention, which is your home is your castle. You want to be safest there. All right. Now, the first topic was body awareness, and who has been more aware this last week? All right, good, wonderful, good work. I like it. Now, checking in with your body, it's a habit we have to develop. You want to know what your body is doing, what is it feeling. If you're really set up for, okay, again, back to the sitting thing, when you've tightened up, older adults, things don't move as quick, fluids aren't getting to the joints, you've really got to be aware of that. The one thing I wanted to stress that I'm not sure I stressed last week enough is when you're sitting, your glutes are relaxed. Unless you're doing that butt squeeze exercise, they're completely relaxed, which means that your iron girdle of low back protection is off duty. And so unless you deliberately squeeze your butt, that's not activated. So standing up, you're unprotected unless you deliberately activate it. That's really important to know. It is off duty unless I'm doing my butt squeezes, unless just before I stand up, I do a deliberate butt squeeze, and then we're really using it when we stand up. But thinking about that, right before you stand up, activate those glutes. Give them a squeeze. Activate your iron girdle of low back protection. It's really, really important. And the other thing is I wanted to talk a little bit more about the lengthened spine, the good posture. When you practice a lengthened spine, you want to also lift the chest. It's not just contracting the abs, gently squeezing the butt. There is a lift up of your chest. You are royalty. Each one of you is special, unique, wonderful, and you are royalty on this earth. And we want to see you around as long as possible in good health, moving well. So think about that. Lifting the chest, rolling the shoulders back, setting the head on top of the spine. In fact, right now, let's do our shoulder reset. Why don't we stand up? And we have our shoulder reset exercise, a good review. So right now, gently contract the abs, lift that chest, just even before we get started. Now raise those arms up to the side, flip your palms over, give them a roll back, and then keep that head up, keep that head up. It was brought up, yes. and relax the hands down. Yes. Lift those arms up. Flip those palms over. Give them a roll back. It pulls everything up. Then just gently allow your arms to drop and keep the good posture part. We're going to do that 2 more times. Lift those arms up. Flip those palms over. Give it a roll back. Everything gets pulled up, and lower the arms to the side. Good. 1 more time. Lift those arms up. Turn those palms over. Roll those shoulders back and drop those arms down. Good. Now, since you're up here with good posture, we're going to do that shoulder straighten up exercise. This is the one where your focus is just on moving your shoulder blades in. Squeeze in and relax. Squeeze in and relax. Good. Squeeze in and relax. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and relax. Squeeze. And bonus, just look slightly up towards an edge of the ceiling and the wall. Squeeze, and then you're putting extra work into your neck muscles, strengthening those as well. Squeeze. We're going to do 2 more. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Good. Relax. Squeeze those shoulder blades and relax. Good. And then the hardest exercise is hardest for me, but that little Egyptian head slide where there's just a tiny bit of movement. You want your chin to be neutral, not up, not down, kind of neutral. I use my hand to kind of feel where my chin is. And then you just want to try and shift your head, press it straight back, and then relax. And press that head straight back and relax. And this really works to strengthen those neck muscles to hold your head up. Good. Press back and relax. Try and press straight back and relax. 1 more time. Press that head straight back and relax. It also puts a little bit more range of motion in your neck. The ligaments between the vertebrae will lengthen a little bit. You'll get more movement, which is always better. All right. Which also prevents neck injuries. And we talked about awareness. Okay, now before we get into the center of gravity, I'm going to talk about, the foot awareness. Okay, this is huge. Foot awareness. Did anybody try to figure out if they scuffed when they walked? Did anybody? Yeah. Did you think we talked about the exercise of flexing your feet, and it's easiest to do when you're sitting down, but you just pull your toes up and you'll feel the front of your shin, the anterior tibialis tightening. And we want to strengthen that muscle. So right now, I want you to lift up, pause a moment, and relax. Lift up, hold that foot up, pause a moment. Oh, and with good posture. So don't lean back in your chair, sit up with good posture, and pull those toes up. It also is a core workout. Anytime you have good posture, you're working your core. You're building that endurance. So standing with good posture is a core exercise. Yay! You don't have to think about it. It's great. It really starts to build good core endurance. And your core has infinite potential to strengthen and build endurance. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. There really isn't a limit to how strong we can get our core. All right, just a few more. Pull your toes up and relax. Pull your toes up and relax.
You're sitting forward. I'm leaning with my back against the chair.
I want you to sit up with no lean against the chair. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It is a lot harder. You have to use your muscles to sit up with no back. and with good posture. Like I said, core exercise.
Okay, is the exercise the actual squeezing of your glutes and releasing them? And how long are you supposed to hold them?
Oh, just like squeeze 1001, relax.
Okay.
Squeeze 1001, relax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you don't have to squeeze for half an hour. No. No. Yeah. Sorry about that. That was a great question. Now, what I want to do is I want to practice. We did our toe flexing. Now, to add to that is I introduced last week the exercise where you're standing up and you just step forward and touch your heel, and you balance right there with your toe up, and then we shift forward, maintaining our center of gravity, which we'll review in a minute. But I want to practice that right now. When you do this exercise at home, because you'll be watching the video and you'll do the exercise like you're supposed to for your daily practice, okay, it's really going to strengthen that anterior tibialis. So this is the first component of ninja walking. And it works on balance, core, legs, just about everything. Right now, why don't we stand up? And what we're going to do, you have a little aisle, and there's lots of chairs to grab if you need them, but I want you to take one foot, gently tighten a glute, gently contract your abs, tighten your core, good posture, head up, and just take one foot and touch the heel right in front of you. Yeah, with hip width, not in a single line. That's another balance exercise. Okay, so right in front of you. Okay, the weight should be mostly on the back leg. Good. Okay, now, without adding a lean forward, just lower the front foot and pick up the back heel. Good. Then shift backwards, pull up that front foot. Good. And forwards. Good. And backwards. Good. And one more forwards. Good. Now change feet. Okay, reach out with the other foot, touch the heel. Good. Good posture, head up, very good. And then just shift forward, heel up, foot down. And shift backwards. Good. And forwards. And one more backwards. And one more forwards. Now, what I want you to do, if you find the space, if you only have room for a couple of steps, that's all you take. But if you have the space, I want you to take a few steps where you heel out, you pause. Shift, pause. Take another step, heel out, pause. Shift, pause. One more if you've got room. Take that heel up, heel forward, shift forward, and relax. Now, I want you to turn around, and you're going to go back the other way. Take those steps. Okay, heel out forward, shift. Good. Take a step, heel down, shift, back heel up. Take one more step, heel forward, shift, back heel up. Good. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go back to starting position. We're going to stick one heel out. We're going to get our posture all aligned. Your hands are going to come out to the sides. Okay, then I want you to shift forward so the back heel is up and your front foot is down. Okay, your center of gravity it's centered. Now, add in with the back heel up, add in a little rotation to one direction. And rotate to the other way, just as far as you comfortably can, and then back to neutral. Good. And I want you to do that again. I'm gonna watch. Do that again. Find space. And the ideal is when you are rotating that there is no tilt. If you tilt, you will lose your balance. So you must maintain good, perfect, centered posture to do this rotation and stay balanced. This is a wonderful balance practice. Now, you want to keep your head up. You want to do this exercise feeling your feet, not looking at them. Feel your feet. This is also a good exercise to get connected to your feet and what they're doing. And when you practice this, when you're in a space to practice this with a number of steps in front of you, you're going to keep your head up. You're going to be learning how to feel where your feet are, setting up, creating that awareness, that foot awareness that you need not to trip, to have that balance. Okay. Good. This is the beginning of the ninja. Okay, any questions, any problems? Okay. Okay, you only go as far as you can turn comfortably. You're not trying to force anything. You're just doing what is comfortable. Yeah. Good.
I had to park in a different place because there was a carpet cleaner in my driveway. And I started to step out of my car, and I looked before I stepped. And there was a sidewalk that had a 2-inch gap in the.
Oh.
Right on that spot.
Oh, good work.
Yeah.
You get a gold star.
I was sitting going, wow, it already paid off.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to give you an extra tip about getting in and out of a car. Okay, when people get out of, especially getting out of a car, first of all, typically people don't move their seat back. Okay, cut yourself some slack, move your seat back. Move your seat back, give yourself room in front of the steering wheel, so just slide it back before you do anything. Then, when you open your door, tighten your core. Tighten your core to open your door. And now, you've got some room, and you can turn, and there's the car door, and there is the side of your seat. You put a foot out, you line yourself up. You don't have to do this wild, angled, extraction. No. Make it simple and safe. So you turn your body, hand, engage your core, squeeze your butt, and step out of the car. And then you turn around and you watch for smacking your face with the door and close the door, because I've done that. You know those pointy door edges? They are hazard. So what I do actually, I slide my seat back, I turn, engage core, grab, stand up, get this one out, and then I slide my hand onto the point of the door. So it's on there, and then I close it. And you've engaged all your safeties, so you don't injure yourself getting out of your car. And when you get into your car, the first thing I do when I open the door is I put a hand, whichever one's most convenient. Usually I'll open it and slide my hand up to the point, so it's covered. And then I will have my seat back. It will already be back because I put it back getting out of it. And so hand on the thing, I'll turn my butt around, I'll step sideways, whoosh, sideways. I got support on the seat. I've slid my hand on the door, got support there. Pull that leg in, sit down because I have room. and I'm in. Engaging core, using the glutes the whole way. Practice, play around with getting in and out of your car more efficiently. It is more efficient. It's even fun. And when you do it this way, you actually look smooth as silk. You're like, whoa. People will look at you and go, wow, they must work out. That looks good. Jim, tell them how much smoother it is getting in and out of a car.
Well, I was going to say there was a little caveat there because our two cars are too close together.
Ooh.
And so the front door, the left door, would bang against the car. So there wasn't enough room to do what you're saying. It was too awkward. I could turn.
When you're parked at home.
Yeah, when I could turn and then swivel and then move my center of gravity forward, and nose over toes and get up. But I have to do that now by parking the cars far apart.
Oh, good. Good, so you fixed it.
It really doesn't work if they're too close.
Oh, no, you must have room to open your door. Yeah, you have to deliberately look for parking areas where you can have the room to open your door and be safe. Thank you.
It works.
Yes.
I have not hurt myself since I started doing this.
Yeah.
I used to hurt myself routinely getting out of the car.
Yeah.
If you want more space between the cars, you pull the right one in frontwards and back the other one in so both doors open to the middle.
Oh, yes, that's a good point. Yeah.
All right. So that is part of environmental awareness. And we talked a little bit about moving. Again, just a reminder, when you've gotten up from sitting or you stop somewhere and then you're going to move again, you want to look where you're going before you go. Look before you move. Look before you move. Scan the area. Really, life and death. You want to scan your area. Know where your hazards are. Okay, in a few steps, I'm going to watch out for the bump. Okay, we got that covered. And, what do I need to walk around? Is there a dog toy? Is there a dog? Is there a cat? What's in my way? And also, we talked about when you're walking with someone and talking. You can talk if you're walking with someone as long as you're looking where you're going. But if you want to look at them, you have to stop. Just stop moving. I can't say that enough. Just stop moving, look, talk, go back to looking, and then move. These simple things are life-saving habits. So, yes, the phone. We mentioned this before. The phone, just put it away. Don't talk. If you have to answer it, if you have to talk, you have to stop. You have to stop. That's all there is to it. You have to stop, and you can't do it when you're driving. No, you can't do it when you're driving unless you've pulled over and you've parked. Then feel free to use the phone. Okay, good. A few things I wanted to add into center of gravity. I want to get deeper into how to use your center of gravity to your benefit. Now, I talked before, the perfect place, the neutral. You're neutral when you're standing with good posture, your feet basically hip width or shoulder width apart. Your center of gravity is right between your feet. And your center of gravity, basically, it's the point where, if you can find the point where something is perfectly balanced, that's this, you get the idea. That's the center of gravity. The point, like a seesaw, right where that centerpiece, if it's perfectly balanced, there, that is the center of gravity. And So it's the same thing with your body. This is my center of gravity. If I do this, it's still the center of gravity, but I'm less stable. Okay, this is a more stable with center of gravity right between my feet. Now, this is where the importance of the core comes in. If you pick up a load, if you pick up something that weighs something, your center of gravity has now moved over here. That's where you need to put the point to stay balanced. What counters that is what's over here, what am I doing over here, or how strong is my core? Okay, you can handle a load depending on the strength of your core. And you use that to maintain your balance. And if you can't, it's too much, you start to tilt, you know it's too much. You either bring it closer into your body or you take half of it out of the bag. But don't get into a situation where you're carrying something and you have to lean. This is a fall hazard. Your center of gravity is way out here. And if you hit some unknown thing, some unexpected stub, anything, a person bumps into you, boom, you're going down. You're going down. So really think about when you pick something up, don't be in such a rush, because that rush may end it all. So just slow down, think about it. Okay, now if it's a pound, I think we can all, we can handle that can of soup fairly decently. But you talk about your purse, that's got, God knows how many pounds in that. Be careful about how you pick it up and carry it. If you want to bring it towards the center of your body where you're strongest. But you also have to think about the purse on the shoulder. Now, are you doing, the purse is over here, are you compensating for the weight of this purse? This is really bad. It's an injury waiting to happen on your low back.
I have a question. I'm left-handed, but for some strange reason, when I carry a purse on my shoulder, if it's on my left, it'll fall off. So I carry it here. Why is that?
Actually, a lot of us, the length is not the same. The distance from the center of your chest out to the edge of your shoulder might be different. It might be shorter on one side than the other. The way your muscles have developed, you might have a bigger slope on one side than the other. That's unequal development.
You can tell that when you wear suspenders. I'm right-handed, my right suspender has to be tighter than the left. Otherwise, it just falls off.
Yeah. So you can look in the mirror, you can see it. And so that also tells you, well, if this shoulder is sloped down, how am I standing? What am I doing? Or is it just that much uneven development? Is this the side that I'm always tense on? Do I hunch my shoulder? What am I doing? That's another aspect that you want to develop an awareness of. And then how do you correct for that? Well, depends on the problem. If it's uneven muscle development, then you can do, like, say, depending on what you're doing, you can add just a few more exercises on the weaker side, on the less developed side, and build it back up to develop some evenness. You can, if it's like biological, it's shorter, then you have to be aware that, oh, my shoulder's a little shorter here and it will be a slip hazard. So then you just have to be aware that this is a slip hazard and I can't lengthen the width of my shoulder. That's not going to happen. So it's a point to be aware of, and then you devise your strategy to take care of that problem, to compensate. Okay. Oh, and with the center of gravity, I wanted to reiterate the importance of keeping your head on top of your spine and the fact that it is 10 to 12 pounds. So any amount of head forward, and you are basically, you might as well just get yourself a dumbbell, a 12-pound dumbbell, and practice carrying it around in front of you, because that's what you're doing. And you can see how heavy that is. And then again, so the head forward, you know what happens? The weight is forward, your center of gravity comes out here, and then falling is really easy. So really work to pick your head and put it on top of your spine alignment. Okay, no, questions are good.
Okay, so I work in a high school, and I have a very small desk, and I have a Chromebook, which is a laptop. There's not enough room for me to open the Chromebook wide, for me to do my work, so I'm always doing this. And I know it's wrong, but I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah, you can get a stand that you put on your desk that actually raises it up so you're not hunched over. I have one. This is what I use for my Zoom sessions. It's just it folds up. It has a like the stand right here, just like this, and it sits on top of your desk. You put the laptop on top of it, flip it up. You don't have to bend forward. You're right here. Everything is ergonomically set. Is that possible? Is that possible? Why not?
Because they won't do that for me at the district. I'd have to buy my own desk.
You would, okay, you can get one for like $30 or whatever, but also if you have a complaint, if there's a complaint method, use it, because they actually do have to give you one. Yeah. Make some noise, because this is your health. Yeah. Yep.
You talked about the fact that we just might fall. Is there a correct way to fall to be more protective of yourself?
There is. It requires a lot of practice and, okay. As we age, the instinct is to stiffen and straighten as we fall. Timber. The response should be more of a curl up and get closer to the ground. Don't straighten and lengthen and get further from the ground. It's just a trip. Bring it all in. Bring it all in. This actually protects your body from harm. It takes a lot of practice to do that, which means you have to practice falling, which is dangerous. Unless you're, have the right person and equipment. You need like really cushy mats to practice. But if you can visualize yourself, just sink down. Just sink down and get closer to the ground as you fall. Even do it as you fall. This is the most protective thing that you can do, but it's not instinctive. Is instinctive to stiffen up. So that's a really good question. It takes a lot of practice, but if you can, I think the visualize yourself. A practice would be if you're all just standing up. Why don't you all just stand up? Okay, and then a practice is just do this and then stand. So you bring it in, you bend your knees, bring it in and stand. And bring it in and stand. Get used to, get comfortable with contracting your body and bending and getting closer, getting smaller. Smaller, more compact, safer things are protected. And other than that, I learned how to fall because the martial arts instructor would twist our arm and we'd have to dive over and do the roll and that whole thing. Okay, that takes a lot of practice, and if you're starting now, not recommended. But you can do things just like that. Whenever you have a moment, actually, if you just from standing to this, get used to it, because your body is not used to this movement. It doesn't have a habit. It doesn't have a pattern. It's not comfortable. The more comfortable you get doing this, you might actually do that when you fall instead of like flailing and breaking everything. The tighter, the smaller you get, the more protected, the safer, and the less damage you're going to do. Okay, that was a great question. Okay, so we talked about that. Now, yes?
About that old saying of turning the direction of the skid. And when we're driving and we start skidding, and most of us would turn in the opposite direction. No, 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 no. But when we plant it in our brains, then we're more likely to remember it whenever something's happening. And just like this, just like practicing the tuck and curl. So it's a really good thing to practice.
It's a great thing to practice. And you don't have to worry about the direction, because as you're falling, it's going to be in a direction. All you want to think about is just getting as small as you possibly can as you're going in whichever direction you're going. Now, we've got the posture, the spine. Good, good, good. We're about to get into a pile of exercises. Okay, we did those. Good. Glutes. Okay, we are about to get in a pile of exercises. Okay, I'm going to go over 5, and I think I might have introduced one last time, but these are 5 great core exercises. They're seated, and I'm going to also add in a standing multifidus. I think I introduced that last time. We're going to go over that again. Okay, we're really moving into the exercises now. Okay. First one, the seated, it's called the dead bug, the seated dead bug. So you're more on the, you're about halfway on the chair, let's put it that way. If you're on the very edge, it's harder to pick up your knee, which we'll be doing. So if you're about halfway, but your posture, you're not leaning against anything, your posture is perfect, your head is up. Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your left knee and your right arm and you're gonna lift them at the same time. Lift, hold, 1001, and set it down. Then keep that posture as you lift that switch, right leg, left arm. Set it down, and then switch, right arm, left knee. Stay, good posture, hold that posture. Right knee, left arm, set it down. Do you feel your core working? Oh, good. All right, now just give me a couple more. Lift knee, opposite arm, 1001, drop it down. Lift arm, opposite knee, 1001. Drop it down. Good. That's a seated dead bug. All right. Now you can just do a knee lift. Hold your posture. Lift your knee. You feel that core working? Okay, good. And opposite knee. Lift that knee. Hold. 1001. Set it down. Lift that knee. And it's not going very high, but you're using your core, your hip flexor, to lift that leg. Set it down.
Why does it hurt my back?
Are you engaging your core? It has to be, you have to have perfect posture. If your back hurts, don't lift it as high. Is that better? Yeah. If you're straining to get it up there, you're putting maybe a bigger load on your low back than you can handle. Your core isn't strong enough yet. So just try it out, see where you can get to with just in core engagement, no pain, no issues. Nothing you do should cause pain. Was that a question or a practice? You were practicing. Okay. It hurts as in it's working? It hurts as in the muscle is working? Oh, okay, the muscle is working. What? That is okay. Yeah, you'll feel these puppies working. Now, there's a difference between searing sharp pain. It's not that, is it? No. Okay, but it's work. Okay, your muscles, they'll get sore. This is an exercise. Yeah. Ha. Question. Oh, okay. All right. So that was seated knee raises, seated dead bug. Now we're going to add, oh yeah, here we go. Okay, this is the seated Russian twist. Okay, so what you're going to do is you can just, gently put your hands together and posture. Put your hands on one side of your thighs. Then you're going to lift your arms up at an angle and you're going to lift that opposite knee up in the air. Then you're going to bring your arms down on the side of the knee that you just lifted. Then you're going to lift your arms and lift the other knee up and bring your hands down on the side of the knee you just lifted. Set it down. And then lift your arms up again. The opposite knee goes up and you go on the outside of the knee you just lifted. Good. And then you lift the other knee up. Bring your arms up over to the opposite side on the side of the knee you just lifted. Good. Now, repeat that a couple times. Lift and set it down on the side of the knee you just lifted. Lift the opposite knee. Down on the side of the knee you just lifted. 2 more. Arms up. Lift that opposite knee. Down on the side of the knee you just lifted. Last one. Lift the other knee. Up and down on the side of the knee you just lifted. Good. Maintaining your posture. Do you feel the work on that one? Yeah. I'm telling you, you do these exercises watching TV, you will have a core. You're going to get stronger. And so there's no reason that watching the TV can't be a workout. All right, now we're going to do one more of those, a variation. They're called seated jumping jacks. Okay, so what you're going to do, get in that good posture position. Your arms are down at your sides. Then you're going to attempt to pick both knees up, bring the hands up, move the knees out, and then bring them up and down. Good, just like jumping jacks. Good, keeping that posture. Yes, and up and down. 2 more, and up. Good, and down. 1 more, up and down. Okay, we feel the work in that one? Good. Any questions? Good. Okay, so now you got the seated dead bug, you got the seated knee raises, you got the Russian twists, and you got the jumping jacks.
What about the height of the chair? For me, these chairs are too low.
Yes, they are, because you're tall. Okay, again, tall people, you have to find a chair where your knees are not up here and your butt is down there. You want to find the chair height, get a hard cushion or whatever, chair height so your knees are at the very lowest 90. Yeah, it's harder when you're tall. It's harder when you're short. So unless you're average, you have a hard time with this. But find a chair that works so that your knees are your butt is not lower than your knees. It got this 90-degree bend. It can be a little bit up, a little less bend, but not more. So find your exercise chair with the right height. Thank you. That was a very good question. It's very important to have the right setup when you're doing these exercises. Okay, now we're going to do some exercises that work on the glutes and balance. And I'm going to get these passed out before we get started because we're going to start using them. Now, each one of these packs has 5 resistance bands in them, so you're going to pass them around until everybody has a resistance band. And then at the end, I'll have to sort them back and get them back in the bags. They each have 5. They're all different colors and they're all different strengths. But each bag has the same set. And so so grab one that you feel you can successfully use. Don't jump to the extra heavy if you're not feeling it. But I'm going to pass these around, like find a resistance band. It'll say, it's labeled on there. I think the green one might be easiest. Just pass it out to the end of the row. And there's 5 in each. I have some more. And just keep passing them around. And if you don't have one, raise your hand and someone will toss you the bag, and I have more bags. Okay, I got some more bags. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, I got more bags. Did everybody get everybody get a band? Need a band? Everybody got one? Okay. All right. I got some fresh bags. Do you want the wimpy ones? Okay. Oh, that's extra heavy. What? This is crazy town. Okay. This is hard. Yellow is good. It's medium. Okay. All right. Now, the first thing before we use the resistance band, I wanted to just pass them out so you have them when we do get to these. But we're going to practice. This is it's balance, it's glute, it's thigh, it's everything. You're going to have one hand on a chair, and what we're going to do is we're just going to practice. Your leg doesn't come up that high. Your body, this alignment of the standing leg, you try and keep it vertical. And you're just lifting this leg to the side, and you want to have your heel slightly more pointed out so your butt kind of turns a little bit into it so you feel more of your glute working. If you point your toe like that, you're working your quad. If you point your heel, you're working your glute. We're working our glute right now. So I want you to stand, and this is not with the resistance band yet. You're just going to stand, get vertical, and then on the one side, squeeze the butt of the standing leg, and then just lift your leg. It's no more than a foot. Lift 1001, bring it back. Lift. You want to feel your butt. Feel your butt. And turn your heel more outwards to get more butt action. Yes. And stay vertical. Lift that leg. Give me 5 on one side. Lift it, pause, 1001, bring it back. And you have your support device so you can hold 1001, bring it back. Then switch legs, whether you turn around or whatever, and give me 5. More heel. No, yes, that way. Yes, good. More heel, turn more heel. Yeah, like even more, like point that heel. Yeah. Good. And relax. Okay, now, slight variation. Did everybody feel their butt? Okay, let me see you do it if you're, let me see. Okay, now you want to keep your legs straight, perfectly straight. the leg that's moving. And squeeze the butt on the side that's not. And keep this leg straight. Lift. You feel more butt?
My legs are so weak, I feel it in my thigh too. That's so
Okay, this is a good one for you then. Very good. Okay, so that's the side leg lift. Then we're going to do a slight variation on that, which is the rear leg lift. Now your glutes help you pick your leg up backwards. They're actually supposed to be the primary mover, not your hamstrings. When you relax your butt, your hamstrings take over, which is why a lot of people injure their hamstrings because they're not using their butt. Okay, so all you're going to do, the range of motion is just inches. If this is the range of motion of my glutes, lifting my leg backwards. So you want to, good posture, stand tall, squeeze your butt, you move your leg straight back. It's only going like half a foot. And tell me if you feel your butt. Good. Okay, give me 5 on both sides. And you want your heel to be pointing directly backwards, not turned in or out. Point directly backwards with your heel. Good. 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Again, it's the same kind of thing. Lift, squeeze butt, lift leg 1001 and return. Rear leg lift. Now, no bending of the leg.
okay. We're just squeezing the leg that's standing.
Well, you have to squeeze that butt for support, but you're also squeezing the other butt to lift. Yes. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is you are going to put that resistance band, you're going to sit down, put that resistance band on just around the ankles. Okay, now you're really going to feel your butt. Okay, so then you're going to kind of stay in the same general area of where you are now. Get your support chair. Okay, we're going to practice that first one. Squeeze the standing leg butt. Now you're going to lift it less, but you're going to lift this leg to the side and push against the resistance. You will feel your butt. 1001, and then relax. When you lift your leg, keep your body vertical. Try not to lean. That takes away from the exercise. Everybody feel their butt? Good. And after you've done 5, turn around and do the other side. You guys might be sore tomorrow. Okay, give me 5 on the other side. Lift 1001 and relax. And don't push so hard that it's too much. Just be reasonable with yourself. Be reasonable. This is all about being reasonable. You can build at a pace that works for you. This is a side leg lift with resistance. Now, pause from that. Okay, now we're going to practice that straight back rear leg lift. Do 5 of those each side. So this is a standing rear leg lift with resistance. And let me know if you don't feel your butt. We'll fix that. What? What? What did I hear over there? Okay, hang on. Okay, do it. Oh, you're working like heck. Yeah, you might. Also, people have different levels of awareness of their body. Okay, if you're doing this exercise with the proper form, whether you feel your butt or not, you are using it, you are working it. It's better if you can feel it, but believe me, if you're doing the exercise properly, standing up, heel is pointed backwards, you are working that glute, which is what we want.
I feel it in my
Oh, yeah, you will feel it in your thighs. They're working too. The glute is the primary. Your thighs are also working. And both sides are working each, like your standing support leg. Oh, that's working. They're both working. Yes. Okay, after you finish 5, then you can relax. Not time for margaritas yet. Okay, now what I want you to do, this will be very interesting. No, we'll do one more, then we'll do the interesting one. Okay, so what I want you to do, okay, last time. Okay, do you all still have your resistance bands on? Okay, good. All right. Last time I introduced this exercise, which was you were seated with good posture, and then you tried to push your thighs open against the pressure of your hands. That's also a glute core exercise. So right now, keep the resistance band on, but just as a reminder, good posture, and put your hands on the outside of your thighs, and then push against those hands. Push, pressure, 1001, then relax. Push against your hand, 1001, and relax. And one more, push against your hands, and relax. Good, now you feel the work happening? Good, now, with your resistance band, you are going to slide it up above your knees. Yeah. Okay. And take a moment, try and flatten them out if you can. They might curl up, but try and get them as flat as you can. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to push up, just keep your feet where they are, and we're going to warm up with a few, just pushing the thighs open. Keep the posture, 1001, bring them back. Just a little warm up, push open, 1001, and come back. One more, push open, 1001, and come back. Now what you're going to do, hang on to the seat, keep your posture. You're going to keep your foot and your knee alignment. So I don't want this. I don't want that. I want the knees to stay in alignment with the feet. So what you're going to do, you're going to start in, then you're going to hang on to that seat, tighten your core, move your legs out, your thighs out. Now you're feeling the work. Don't let your knees go in. Keep them out. Then pick them up, bring them in. Don't just go, poof, fight it. Okay, so I want control, control, control out, control in, control out, control in. 2 more. Control out, control in, control out, and control in. You feel the work? Yes. Okay. Now you can take your bands off. For now, I might come back to those, but for now. Now, depending on sort of the state of your knees and whether this is something that you can do, what I want you to do is, and to make this easier, you can sort of lengthen one leg, cross the ankle over the other one, and then hanging onto the chair, you can slide your foot back. You will feel a stretch in your butt of the bent leg. Do you feel that stretch? This is great to do after you've done all these exercises. Stretch that butt out. Yeah. And if you straighten your leg out, it gets easier. So depending on your level of flexibility to do this. Okay, is there anybody having problems with this one?
Lift my leg with my hand. I couldn't.
That's okay, you can lift your leg with your hand. Yes, good. Okay, then switch sides. You gotta do both sides. You gotta keep them both happy. Yeah, as straight as you can get it. It'll be difficult. Again, core exercise, even with the stretch. You're doing a core exercise. Good, you feel that stretch? Feels pretty good, huh? Yay! Your butt is happy now. Good. Okay, relax. Good. All right, we're cooking now. All right. Core, glutes. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. So we're going back to that. Remember last time we were practicing that sit stand using our center of gravity. That's a great thigh, core, glute builder that's included in these exercises. So I'm gonna review again. When you are sitting, in the easiest way to sit, the most efficient way to sit is to use your glutes, core, and center of gravity. Right now, my center of gravity is between my feet. That's where I want to keep it. So I check to see, okay, I got a chair. A chair is there. That's good. That means I got something to sit on. So check that first. What are you sitting on? Okay, once you know that, then I've got my center of gravity between my feet. Now, here's where I use my body parts to keep the center of gravity between my feet. Your arms are weights. Your butt is a weight. So as soon as the butt starts going backwards, I have to counter that with an upper body, not this, but good posture. You're not arching, but you've got a flat back. Okay, your butt is going back. I'm countering it with my upper body leaning forward. The center of gravity is right here. You can feel it because you're still balanced. Okay, if I wasn't leaning enough, I'm going over backwards. If I'm leaning too much, I'm going forwards. So that's how you know. If you start falling down or falling forward, my center of gravity is not in the right place. Okay, so here we go. We've got the butt going back. The chair is there. Upper body. My center of gravity is still right between my feet until I touch the chair. And when I want to get up, I lean forward to move the center of gravity between my feet until I'm like floating. Right now, my center of gravity is right here. Depending on the strength of your legs, you can then squeeze your butt, tighten your thighs, and stand up. You may need a supportive device, a cane, a chair, something, until you're strong enough. So let's practice that. This is one of your leg core glute exercises. It's your all-in-one multifunctional exercise. So everybody stand up. Good. Okay. Good posture. Put your center of gravity right between your feet. Check and make sure you're close enough to your chair. Okay. Then, first thing, start moving your butt backwards. Your torso bends forward. And pause right there. Now, do you feel balanced? Okay, good. Your center of gravity is right where you want it. Keep coming down, keep coming down. Now it comes down to thigh strength. You have to have strong enough legs to go this slowly. But as you do these exercises, your thighs will get stronger and you can slow it down. And then they get even stronger. So this one is just beautiful. You're working everything you want to work. Okay, that looks like you're tall. That chair is not the right height for you.
Yeah.
Yes. It's you need to be up so your knees aren't, your butt isn't lower than your knees. So that's why. So what you can do, so if you don't have the proper sitting device, just do a partial sit. Just go like whatever's comfortable and then up and down. And you have the safety device behind you in case you fall. So just go as low as you're comfortable and back up if you're tall and you don't have the proper seat height. Oh, okay, here's the thing. When you are going down, your glutes are stretching and it's a controlled relaxation. So you control your descent with your glutes and your thighs. And then on the way up, the up is where the glutes really show their mettle. on the way up. Yes. Okay. So that is center of gravity chair squat. Okay. Practice that all day long. All right. Now we're going to add to that. We're going to add and we did this last time. I'm going to review it again. The wonderful, and you want an assistive device, where you get into that a short lunge step. Okay, good posture. This is the split squat. So you are centered, and I'm going to come around and look at this because this is important. You keep your torso vertical. There is no lean on this one, and your front knee does not move forward. So I'm in the lunge neutral position right here, just starting position. This knee right here does not move forward. What happens, torso vertical, back heel comes up, back knee bends. Boop, like so. Stay vertical, head up, and then you straighten, staying on the ball of the back foot, and you bend, and you straighten, and you bend. And if you can only go an inch and back up, you only go an inch and back up. The stronger your leg gets, the lower you will be able to go. So this is a gradual strengthening exercise. So why don't you all try this before you have nothing left? Yes, it's like we're getting slower and slower. Okay, so step out into that lunge, reasonable lunge step. Both feet are pointed straight forward. There's no angled foot. Both front foot, back foot are pointed forward. Now, torso is vertical, good posture. The thing that's going to be bending is your back knee bends and it moves forward. Your heel comes up. Your heel comes up, and then you straighten up, but you stay on the ball of the back foot. And then bend, few inches, straighten, stay on the ball of that back foot. The front foot is flat. Yes, you should feel your thigh, your rear thigh working. Oh, and the calf, yes. Good. Just do 4 or 5 and then switch legs. And then
This leg is straight, don't bend this one.
it is okay. The front leg, it's bent, but what's to get you down, it's this leg. Yes. And stay vertical. Okay, hand on the chair. Okay. There it is. There it is. There it is. Yes. Okay. Anybody have problems? Questions? You want to be, your knees want to be in a line with your feet. Do not let your knees go in. Do not let your knees bow out. They are right in line with your foot. Good. Your feet want to be about hip width or shoulder width wide. Okay. Fran, you want a little bit longer step? Yes, there we go. Good. There we go. Very good. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, don't let that front knee come forward. Okay, hanging on to the chair. Hang on to the chair. Okay, both feet need to point straight forward. Okay, a little bit wider. There we go. Turn that back foot. Yes. Now, start with a little, both knees bend. Okay, right there. Now that front knee does not come any further forward, and you pick up the back heel and bend, but stay upright. Yes, there it is. And then straighten. And down, perfectly straight, and up, and down, and up. Very good, very good, very good. Yes. Okay, you only go down if it's that's okay. That's a start. It really, you're strengthening everything around your knee. And it just means that it's not strong enough. So just make it really, even if you need to do this, even if You just need to set up. You've got a little bend here, a little bend there, and just stay there. That's strengthening. So even without a down and up, just tiny, tiny levels.
What is this like, when it's bent, you stay on your, you go like up and down?
Okay, watch this. Okay, so here you are. You have a little bend in the front leg. Okay, your body is vertical. Then right when you start, both feet are flat on the ground. Then you're picking up the back heel. And then put it, and then straighten up and go down. Just bend the back, pick up the back heel.
It doesn't go flat again, or it does?
Okay, so keep this one here and make a wider step. Okay, now just bend this knee. Pick up the heel, bend this knee, and then straighten. And then bend and straighten, but keep your upper body upright. There you go. Okay, good, okay. All right, so now, all right, the last ones, we're gonna get, okay, so that was a split squat. Okay, split squat. Okay, now I can sense we're reaching the kind of the saturation point for exercises. Yeah, but what I want to do is just, while you're over with your chair, just the simple, there's two more balance exercises. Okay, one I'm going to review because we did it before. So you're standing next to a chair, and it's just squeezing the glute on the standing support leg, and then practicing lifting. Start, and your body has to warm up, get a feel for it. So the first time you pick up your leg, you might be all over the map. But squeeze this butt, tighten the core, good posture, and then we start warming up with lifting the knee. And if all you can do is lift your knee to balance right here, 1 inch, I'll take it. And as you get used to it and stronger, you'll be able to lift it all the way up. And practice. This is the goal. But how you start is, I'm going to lift it 1 inch and set it down. I'm going to lift it 1 inch and set it down. So this is really like the foundational balance exercise. Then you can do things like step lift, step lift, step lift. So you practice sideways motion and staying balanced on one leg. That's more advanced. Don't do that until you can lift your knee up perpendicular. And then you can start moving. Yes. If you've got anything left, just see if you can just raise your knee up a little bit in balance. Squeeze the glute of the support leg, standing support leg, squeeze the glute. Do not lean your body any direction except vertical. Very good, very good. And the other thing I'm going to say, when you're working on picking up your knee, I want your knee to go forward, not just raise in place. Your knee comes forward. Yes, because the thing about that is, if you just lift your knee up in place, it actually tends to throw you forward. If you lift your knee up forward, you're going to be standing up. It's going to push you upright.
So my center of gravity is moving over the strength.
It's moving over towards the support leg. Yes, it is, because you've now just shifted this massive weight, and you've got to compensate. So your center of gravity is moved over. Yes. Good. And relax. Okay. Now, the last balance exercise I'm going to teach you, and then we're going to talk about home fall prevention. Yay, thank God I get to sit down. Okay. All right. This is the test, the balance test that if a primary does, they'll do this one. They'll ask you to walk in a straight line, putting the heel to the toe of your foot. So this is heel to toe walking, where your head is up, feeling your feet, and you put the heel of one foot, don't do it yet, into the toe of the other one. And I use my hands. Your hands are balance accessories. Get used to using them. They're wonder devices. So if you feel a little, use your hands. Okay, then keeping that posture, you shift your weight forward and then heel to toe. Got to touch the heel to the toe of the back foot. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. And just try standing right where you are with heel to toe. Just stand and balance. Yes. Yes. Right there is the beginning of that balance exercise. And then switch feet. Put the other foot in front. Good. And once you can do it standing still, then you try and take a step. And use those balance accessories. Your hands are wondrous. Good. And if you practice this walking next to a wall, it's better. Yeah. Okay, this is called heel to toe walking. And that, along with that ninja walking with the rotations, oh, you are set with balance. Okay. Woo! Okay. Any questions about that before we start talking about home fall prevention? Yes.
It feels like I have no control if I swing my foot out.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to. No. You want to be control of the entire motion. You don't want to use a trick to land up in some place that you think you want to be. No. Your body, you want your body to be in control. You can stop it at any moment. That's the other thing too, is the goal is to be able to stop your body at any point and maintain that balance. Yeah. And that comes over time. The more you practice this, the better you get. And just start small. Just start small. And nothing I've taught you should hurt. It means you're just going past your current limits. So you've got to correct, do it less, don't go as low, don't do as many reps, all that until you find a level where you're sore, but that's all. Okay. Any questions? No, we're all okay. All right. We had you look like a lot of my clients look like after their workout. Okay. Now, so we'll start talking about home fall prevention, give you a little rest, a little break. Now, your home is your castle. You want it to be the safest place that you can be. So, you want to know if you want to clear clutter, you want to arrange your house. There are pathways. There are common pathways that you use to do things. We're creatures of habit. So start observing. What are your habits? What pathway do you use to get to the different places in your house? Guarantee you're probably using only a tiny bit of your house space because that's how you always walk. And those pathways are the ones that have to be perfectly clear. They no hazards whatsoever. And already you're safer. Now, on those pathways, are there any throw rugs? Are there any little stick-up carpet? The carpet has a little fault and it's peeling off the floor. Okay, you gotta replace it, tape it, get rid of the throw rugs. Throw rugs are falls waiting to happen. Put them someplace you never walk, like the roof. Just get rid of them. And again, we're talking about the place you want to be the safest is your home. So we got to make it that way. And now I've been to a number of clients' homes, and we tend to, as our life passes along our journey, we collect things, we get more shelves, we get more stuff, we lose our wall space, and so there's nothing to grab a hold of. Where can you, if you start falling, are you just going to reach out and sweep all the crap off your shelf and still fall? Okay, you have to have things to a safety device, like a wall, a clear wall space where you can reach your hand out and stop your fall. And so you're going to have to go through your home, find your common pathways, clear the clutter, and then make sure that if you, for some reason, lose your balance, you got something that you can hold on to. Now, I have a small space, but I have a wall that I can have a hand on when I go from my bedroom to the bathroom. And a lot of falls happen at night on the way to the bathroom or on the way back from the bathroom. You want to actually practice this. I actually have practiced this. I have wall space. I can get to my bathroom and the toilet with my eyes closed and be completely safe because I get up off my bed after I have warmed up various items. I'm standing, and then I know I have my leg stays against the side of the bed, and I have 3 steps. I have a hand up. There's the shelf. Switch hands. Turn this way. Take 3 steps. Turn this way. Hallway. Hand on the wall. Stepping forward. 1, 2, 3. 4 steps. Turn. Door. Hand on the frame. Step in. 1, 2. Hand on the sink. Turn. Sit. Stand. Switch hands, turn, and leave. So it seems like, overkill. Not really. Not really. It means you can get up and back safely to the bathroom in the middle of the night with your eyes closed. No risk of falling. I feel very safe, and I have done it with my eyes closed many times. You want to be that comfortable. And this is a common route. Most falls happen in the bathroom. So when you're in the bathroom, okay, do what you normally do. Observe what you do in the bathroom. See what your movements are, where you go, how you do it. If you don't have something like the edge of the sink or a counter or whatever, then you need to install a grip handle at convenient places. So see what you do, be an observer, and go, oh, you know what? If I just put a handle here on this wall right there, then I could just go, sit, no problem. And then I could actually use it to turn, and then I've got my hallway and the wall and all that. So it's being an observer of your common habits, and then thinking where would be the best place to install a handle or something to help me just in case. And in the shower, I have a grip handle right on the outer edge. I use that all the time. I step in, have a lip. My hand is on that handle when I step over that lip. I have the non-slip pad in there. Okay, the shower, ooh, very dangerous. If you need the stool, get the stool. You want to be safe. You want to protect yourself. And it's okay. I mean, I could care less what anybody thinks about the fact that I have a grip handle in my shower. Ha ha, I haven't fallen. And it's your health, your life. So really be an observer of your habits in your home, and then make the effort to clear the clutter, get rid of the throw rugs, tape the rugs, get the grip handles, so that you know every movement that you do in your house, you are safe and you have backup. If I'm falling, whoa, there's my wall. Great, I'm good.
I had foot surgery, so in my tub shower, I've got a handle, I got a pneumatic handle on the sliding door. I fixed the sliding door so it wouldn't move. And then I got 3 other devices in the pneumatic. So before I turn on the shower, I check each one, make sure it's still tight before I get into the shower. And then I have one to grab in, step in. I have the other, on the other side, I have one to step out. And I had to do that because I had a really slippery boot, protecting the water.
Yeah.
So, I couldn't get it wet. So I had to be very careful getting in and out.
You get a gold star. A gold star. Yeah. It does. It could save your life. Yeah. Yeah. So just really don't worry about what anybody thinks in case you have those kinds of worries. Do what's going to make you safe in your home. And questions? Oh, wow.
Well, every bathroom, I think, has a mat in front of the sink, right?
Well, not necessarily.
Except if the floor is cold.
Well, have a mat in front of the sink, but you can get the tape. There's the rubber bottom. They have grips. You make, if you need it, make it the safest you can possibly make it.
The other thing is, I love Oriental carpets.
Uh-huh.
They're telling me to get rid of all my beautiful carpets.
Oh, put them on your wall.
There's no wall.
well, get rid of some of those paintings. put it on your wall. Really, when it comes to aesthetics over safety, we know the winner. Safety, 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 and awareness, but safety. Wait. We're gonna say this again. Say this again. I'm supposed to be using this the whole time. Sorry, Jeremy.
Is it on? It's on. We have a huge dining room, and I put a carpet on top of a carpet. They have a special pad that you can get that you lay down. It was seriously sticky. The carpet doesn't move. You're safe.
However, does that create an edge? A trip edge.
Well, I haven't tripped, so I don't know. But it's also it also this is on carpet, but also you can get them for the hardwood floors if you have that.
Okay,
it works.
As long if yes.
There's a place in Concord over by Costco on Detroit Avenue that's an Oriental carpet cleaning and repairs, and they sell those mats for underneath your ornamental carpets.
Okay.
I think they're advertised as Oriental rug cleaning or something like that. Might be worth looking at.
Okay, thank you. All right, now, with, let's see how we're doing. Okay, great. Home fault, okay, we talked about that. Okay, those are kind of the most critical items. Okay, in the kitchen. Okay, another fall area. Okay, you want to, like everybody's kitchen is different. Really observe your movements, how you cook in the kitchen, how how things are arranged, what reaching we have to do, and if you can rethink your arrangement to make it more efficient, you should not need a step stool. The most hated item okay. If you should not need one for your normal daily functions, but if for some strange, horrible reason you need to use a step stool. This is not the kind I would have. You are not allowed, tell him I told him, you're not allowed to use a step stool unless you have someone else there with you. Never alone, ever, ever, ever. And, okay, so you have to use it, you're both short, say, and you have to, for some reason, get up there, and you have a step stool. You want the person with you to have just a hand on your back, just, a gentle presence, because just a little stiffening before you actually start the fall will stop the fall. It doesn't take much right then and there, but if that fall gets started, woo, you're both going down. Okay, so you have, and the person who's supporting you is standing next to you, not behind you. So the worst case scenario is both of you get taken out. Okay, next is they're a little slow on the uptake and they don't catch you quite in time, but they can guide you without getting fallen on, and at least maybe save your head or something. Okay, there's that. But best case, they have a hand on you, they're just off to the side, and they stop it. You're like, whoa, boom. Okay, we're good. Life saved, literally.
I have a shelf in my I stand on my chair, which has a cushion. It has a cushion. I take my shoes off and my bare feet because there's no one there with me. Lives with me. You know that one. So I stand on my chair because I feel safer than a step stool.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Fran. No.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
Okay, here's the thing. First of all,
Go up to each other.
no. First, what is it that you're reaching for? What?
It wouldn't work with Graham.
Okay, wait. What are you reaching for?
Oh, so I have my glass salad bowls or my,
Okay, why aren't they down lower?
because there's no room on the
You got to shift something. Switch something. Take some less used item that you won't need. Take all the items that you really need to use and make them reachable. Okay. Change it around. You don't ever want to do that, especially with no shoes, you lose stability. On a chair, by yourself, on a cushion. Cushions.
Is part of the chair,
Same thing. We actually use these. They're called stability pads. They're like a little harder than a cushion, but we used to practice balance because they're soft and your foot wobbles. So it's a training device, but you don't want to use that as a training device. Yeah. So rearrange so you're safe.
My wife has a little step ladder. It's about this high.
It has a handle.
It has a handle on the top, and it's 4 legs. So you open it up, and then she can go up. But I told her she could never go higher than the second step.
Yeah, but
Until it's out of her...
you still want to be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you still want to be there.
Okay.
They are much better. This is like the worst thing created. And I brought it to illustrate the worst thing ever. And you don't want to use it. Now, if I had a railing and I was practicing my steps, oh, yeah, hey, I'm holding on to the railing and I'm practicing my steps. Okay, we're good. This is an exercise. We're not using it to reach and get off kilter and fall and break our neck. Okay. Anybody else have stool issues? Oh, good. Okay, good. All right. Now, before I forget, I wanted to say that these resistance band packets, if you wanted to go home with one, have to put back full sets. I do have them. They're like $10. You can get one and take it home today, just if you wanted one. They're just my accessory resistance bands, and they're actually brand new. And so if you wanted to have one so you could practice these wonderful exercises, as soon as I send you the link to the video, you can get started right away. And whatever you remember that we did today, you can get started right away. and they're just $10. Okay, now, good. Have we all worked up an appetite? Are we all exhausted? Okay. Now, any questions? Thank you. Footwear. Okay, again, I think I mentioned last week, sandals, no. Flip-flops, no. Your footwear wants to provide you with stability, extra support. Your footwear, you don't want them to be a trip hazard. Heels are awful. They're awful. With heels, with practice, you can develop the ability to walk on heels going forwards. But if you're standing, you're taking a step, and something comes at you sideways, there is no stability. There is nothing stopping you on heels from going over. They are awful for balance and stability. So you want to get rid of your heels. What's that? What's that?
They go with so many of my
Okay, get flats. You can get nice looking flats, but something that gives you stability when you walk. Your footwear is important. It wants to be comfortable. Your feet want to be comfortable. They don't want to be mushed. They don't want to, like so many people get these like narrow that smush their toes, and you are reducing your balance and stability. So you want comfort, stability, okay, I'm just a sneakers person. I have been my entire life, and you won't get me really hardly ever in anything else. But it's got a wide base, it's got cush, it's got arch support. I can walk forever in these things. So find shoes that just, you can feel it when you're standing. You can feel the extra support from your shoe. Put your shoe on, test out your balance, heel to toe walking. Take your shoe off. Test out your balance, your heel to toe walking. If it's worse with your shoes off, then they're good shoes. If it's worse with your shoes on, you want to get rid of them. Okay, did that answer your question about footwear? Yes. Yeah. Yes, you don't, thank you very much. You do not want your foot sliding in your footwear. All these like slippers and boots where your feet are sliding around. You don't want that. You want your the footwear is comfortable, but there's no slippage. Your feet do not slip and slide inside of your shoe. That's also a trip hazard. Then, if they're tie shoes, double knot them. Make sure that no end is dragging on the floor for you to trip over. And if they're slip-ons, they better fit tightly. So that's the problem with the slip-ons is they don't fit tightly and there's slippage when your foot is in there. If they're tight, I'm okay.
I use compression socks for my feet.
Okay.
And what I found is I get these socks that are just a shallow sock.
Mm-hmm.
And I put them over the compression socks because the compression socks will keep sliding. What it does is it pushes my foot and it holds. See, you can kind of see down in here. Oh, yeah, I'll show you. Oh, I didn't put them on today.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Okay, so tell people what you do.
Okay, well, I have compression socks. And normally, I was rushed this morning. I put another little sock, and they're padded. Some Nike makes them, and other companies make them, but they have special padding. But what it does is it locks my foot in the shoe, and with the compression socks, I slide. Yes. And it makes a big difference as far as it staying. I kind of noticed something today, but I didn't. So for once, I didn't bring it. But anyway.
Okay, well, that is good. You get another gold star. Okay, anything to make you safer, you get that gold star. So just observe your habits, observe your patterns. Was that a question? Oh, okay, all right. Let me finish this thought. Okay, observe your patterns, observe your habits, and then make it safe. Really think about it. It's like you can get creative. Ask your friends, how would you make this safer? And be willing to move some of those collectibles out of the way. Put them along paths that you don't use. The pathways that you use, you want to clear, and you want your wall support or a railing. In fact, someone I know they didn't want to get rid of their shelves, but they did install this little handrail that walked along their hallway. They got a handrail the whole way. That's awesome. Yeah, you can do stuff like that. Okay. Uh-huh.
My chiropractor tests all my shoes for me. So I take a pair of shoes that I bought and I leave them in the box until I go to the chiropractor's office. And then he watches me walk back and forth, and he tells me whether they're good for me, whether they keep me stable or not. And if not, then I can take them back because I haven't worn them outside.
Sounds like you have an awesome chiropractor.
I do.
That is very good. In fact, I have not heard of one willing to do that before. That is wonderful. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, good. Then they're gold. Yes, this is very good. Okay, now, I think I covered any other questions that you have, any desires, aside from a late lunch, water. Yes.
As the passenger in the car.
Wait, talk. Just, yeah.
As the passenger?
Yeah, just talk a little bit louder.
As the passenger in the car, and we park, I open the door, and then there's a space between the car and the curb. And that's very hard to get out.
Yes, it is. So, if you have a kindly driver, you can ask them, honey, could you pull a little closer to the curb? Close the door, let them pull a little closer. Or, honey, can you give me a little bit more space and pull a little further away, whichever works best for you. But yes, that is dangerous. You get this half space. You can't really, you got to angle your foot, you shove it down there, or you got to reach out there and you're off balance and it's dangerous. So it's okay. You're a nice driver. It's more than willing to accommodate your kind request for better safety. That was a very good point. And it is a hazard. And I can't tell you how many people I know that have gotten their foot mangled because they shove it down there and it's wedged, and then you try and pick it up and they're boom, down. Yeah. Okay, that was good. Breathing. Yes, often, every day. Okay, breathing as in what kind of breathing? No. I'm going to give you a breathing tip, probably the most wonderful breathing tip that has helped me break the Guinness World Record for the most push-ups, simply by changing my breathing. That is, breathe in and out through your nose. In and out through your nose. Your nose is designed to regulate the ratio of carbon dioxide to oxygen. If you breathe through your mouth, either in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your mouth, out through your nose, it won't be the right ratio. And what happens is Without the right ratio of carbon dioxide to O2, the oxygen does not get released from the bloodstream into the muscles to give you energy and movement. You will get fatigued much more easily. It will, it actually even helps thinking and the brain. You'll have more energy, you'll have better movement, you have better range of motion. The day that I changed to this method of breathing, just close the mouth, in through the nose, out through the nose, in a steady rhythm, right? Steady that breathing, equal in, equal out. I doubled the number of push-ups I could do in a single session. Doubled the first time I used it. So it was like instant affirmation of the effectiveness of this method. And this is how our body's designed to operate. And when we're born, we breathe in and out through the nose. And then we, kind of go through life, and we don't do that anymore, and we don't know why we should. If you'll see elite athletes, a lot of them, especially nowadays, they'll actually tape their mouth so they can't breathe out through in or out through their mouth, only through their nose. And they'll practice that way. And a lot of tennis players are doing it now. And their game, their abilities, their speed, their agility just skyrockets. It's amazing. A lot of them do that as well. You can do it. I don't do that. I found that actually I do sleep with my mouth closed. And you can tell, is your mouth dry when you get up? You can tell if you've been mouth breathing. And if you wanted to tape your mouth, you could. Oh yeah, there's that too. Yeah. Yeah. I have a little bit of paranoia about something over my mouth, so I can't do that kind of thing. But if you can, that definitely helps you stick to the method. In through the nose, out through the nose. And then your ratio is right, and you will get the most benefit out of the oxygen that you take in. And if I hadn't experienced it myself, I mean, literally, the day I doubled my output. No, I read the Oxygen Advantage version. There's a whole mess load of books out there that talk about this method. It's simple. If you are, you have hills to go up, you start panting and you start breathing out way more carbon dioxide, and you're trying to take in as much oxygen as you can, and you're panting, and all the carbon dioxide goes. And then the oxygen, all this extra oxygen can't get to your muscles because there's not enough carbon dioxide. I did not know this until I started this Guinness World Record thing. And it is, you will notice it. If you keep your mouth closed and you're exerting, you will notice that, hey, I just went up that hill that I couldn't do before. Wow, that's cool. Now the thing is, there's something called oxygen hunger. Okay, it's a little sensor, and it says, oh, I have to breathe, I'm suffocating. If you have been breathing like in or out through your mouth and you're not balanced, that oxygen sensor has reset itself to a very low value, and you feel like you're suffocating very quickly. However, if you start practicing the in through the nose, out through the nose, that sensor will reset over time, which mine has. In the beginning, oh my God, I thought I was going to die. I thought I was suffocating, but I just kept sticking with it. And my sensor has moved. And now I don't feel that. No, people have different preferences, and that's fine. That's fine. What you want to make sure is that you have, breathing space like if you're on your stomach, that your face isn't plastered into the pillow, or on your side, you want to make sure that you don't have some kind of weird hip or knee thing. So I use a lot of pillows. I have like 15 pillows. Thank you, Susie. She gives me her extra pillows. And I stuff them all over the place so that I'm not cockeyed, that I'm, I got between the knees. I have a pillow here so my shoulder isn't rounded. I got an adjustment so my head is kind of neutral. Pillows, awesome. Awesome. That you arrange yourself so that you don't have any weird angles when you're sleeping. Oh, I have okay. So I have the pillow height, the pillows under my head height, and then I have some supportive ones in front and behind, and part of it is under me, and I arrange so that my shoulder is not rounded. Was that a question? No? Okay. Question. Oh, yes. Okay. So, if you're getting leg cramps, you want to check how much water you're drinking. Are you dehydrated? That's important. You want to actually get a blood test, find out what your magnesium and your potassium levels are. Are they off? That you want to correct those. Then you want to you want to stretch, like if you're getting calf cramps, flexing your foot is a calf stretch. Pointing your toes is you're contracting your calf. So you want to, the part of your body that's cramping, massage it. You want to look for lumps, you want to look for tightness, and you want to break it up, lengthen it, get it happy. So all these things. Water, your hydration level, your magnesium, potassium levels, and then making sure that your muscles are not all cramped up in a bunch, because at night they will tighten further. And then any kind of stretching regimen, which I don't have time, that might be another class, you want to stretch your body parts that tend to cramp. So, right then, you're like your thigh, which part?
Well, sometimes it starts with the calf and all of a sudden it's going up my thigh.
Okay, so your muscle has tightened to the point overnight because it's still, it's not moving, fluids aren't moving, so it's gone beyond its tolerance point, which means that you might suffer in the moment. Try and relax as much as you can, but that means that you then have to work on that. You have to work on any tightness you find. You have to check those things. You have to check your hydration level. In the moment when it starts happening, might have to grin and bear it. As much as you can stretch that item when it's happening, like for instance, if you get a calf cramp, the easiest thing to do is just stand up and stand there. That's a stretch. And until it calms down. All right, last two questions.
I went to the hospital with arrhythmia problems a couple months ago, and they did a bunch of blood tests, and my magnesium was almost gone.
Ooh.
So now I've learned, and the only thing I needed to do was they gave me magnesium in an IV and sent me home, and then I talked to my cardiologist, we adjust my meds. But it was because of the magnesium that I didn't realize I was deficient. So now I make sure I check that routinely.
Good, yes.
So it's really important for rhythm in your heart.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can have too much or too little of either potassium or magnesium. That can affect not only the cramping, but your heart. Okay, I'm coming. Wow. Okay.
I heard something very
A little
funny.
closer. A little
I
closer.
heard something very funny. Sleep with the soap, with a bar of soap,
Wait, what?
with a bar of soap in your bed.
Sleep with a bar of
At
soap?
your night table.
Sleep with a bar of soap? Yeah. What's the reason behind that?
You don't have crumbs.
Okay. Does it have to be touching
I
you?
used to have tons of crumbs, and I heard that. So I got a bar.
Okay. These are one of these things. It could be true. Could be. But I have no knowledge of this one. What kind of soap?
Any soap.
Any soap.
You
All
say
natural, organic soap.
bottle soap, bar.
Oh, bottle soap?
Yeah,
So you're in bed with a bottle?
powder or anything.
Oh, okay. Okay. What else is in that bottle? Okay.
And then I was taking a class with somebody, a kind of a balance classes thing. Somebody asked about crumbs, and somebody said, a bottle of soap.
Wow.
I said, yes, I heard that before.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right. Little tip. I can't tell you if it's anything about it, but there's a tip for you. Okay. On that note, thank you. Actually, I mean, some of these tips are just awesome. You never know. You never know. Okay. Now, how did everybody do? Are you all right? You alive? All right. You learned some stuff? Okay, good. Thank you very much. All right. Now, again, Felicia has your emails. We're going to sort that out. It'll take me a couple weeks to edit the videos, fix my notes, get them in form to send to you, but I will send them out to you. So you can have this video. I'll get to you in a second. Have this video. I want you to practice every single day. Do something. If it's only standing there and squeezing your butt, do it. Anything. And then when you get the notes and the videos, you can do more. Okay. Yeah, I'm not that clever. Yeah, just get to the place, know the place, find the minutes, click over, and watch what you need. Yes.
Are you going to do this again or have monthly workshops?
Oh, it depends on you guys. You got to talk to the admins, get them, say, this was great, we want more, because I'm more than willing to do a monthly class where I can progress you, introduce new things, you can get questions answered, and we can progress you. Yes. Okay. Okay, say something. Send her an email, talk to her when you're walking out the line. Just make some noise that you want more of this. I have a blast doing this. This is my passion. I want to help you be safe. All right. Thank you.